I had a celly in the pen, right? And that motherfucker was a big ass motherfucker, right? He worked in the kitchen. He was Samoan. He worked in the kitchen in the mornings, right? And every day he would bring home like pillowcases full of food and shit. He'll come up in the cell. He'll be like, here, Sally, here you go, Sally. And then he'll fucking have this issue. And we just be macking and shit. And he passes out food to hella homies and shit. Looks out for people. Anyways, one day he came home. And that fool had a gang of kiwis, right? He had a whole pillowcase full of kiwis, gang. Right? And he was like, hey, Sally. He said, you fuck with these? He said, you fuck with these dudes right here? I said, yeah, man, those are kiwis, motherfucker. Those motherfuckers go crazy, right? He said, you fuck with them? I said, yeah. He said, alright. Then I'm gonna keep a gang of them for us, right? I said, alright, bet. And then later on, he fucking gave me a gang of kiwis and shit. He said, here you go. And so I was on the top bunk chilling and shit. I'm watching TV. I'm backing down some kiwis, right? My celly on the bottom bunk, he doing the same shit, right? But I hear this fool on the bottom bunk, he going like, I hear him start making noises like, that fool was like, he was beating on his chest and coughing and shit. Doing shit like that, right? I was sitting there like, man, fuck wrong with this fool? I'm on top of it. Fuck wrong with this fool? That fool got up, gang. His whole lip was swollen, man. Look, he really had big lips as it was, right? But this motherfucker lip looked like Daffy Duck, gang. This motherfucker looked like he has a duck lip. His lips stuck out, right? That shit was swollen. That fool looked all confused and shit. He like, I don't know why. He going like this and shit. He like, I don't know why, but he like, I fucking my tongue, my throat, everything's all itchy and shit, right? I'm looking at this fool. I said, gang, you didn't peel that shit before you ate the shit? He's like, nah, I never ate these motherfuckers before. Yeah. I said, how were you eating them? He said, I was just eating it like an apple. That fool not, and you know he's Samoan, gang, so he knocking out hella kiwis like apples, right? I said, man, how the fuck you a Samoan, man? You know you a Pacific Islander, man, ain't ever ate a kiwi in your life. That fool was like, man, I've been locked up all my life, right? I was like, man, that's fucking sad, gang. But I've been locked up all my life too, right? I was like, man, that's fucked up, gang. At least I know what the fucking kiwi is, right? So that fool sitting there, his lip was all swollen, he's scratching his tongue, guys. He's like, man, what's wrong with me and shit? I said, man, you ain't supposed to eat the skin on a kiwi like that, man. You supposed to peel that hoe and then eat the motherfucking food, right? I'm like, man, you just gotta thug it out, man. You better got to ride out. I suggest you just roll some trees up, gang, and smoke a whole bat right now and just chill, man. You fucked up right now. He ate like 14 of them hoes straight, gang. I'm like, you crazy than that motherfucker. That shit was funny though. Cause I was chilling on top bunk. My TV's on the top locker. So I'm chilling on top bunk. I'm on my bunk looking across at the locker. At the TV, right? You know what I'm saying? And my back against my mattress, I'm just macking down kiwi. But the way I was getting at them, I was breaking them hoes in half and I was just scooping them out. Scooping the guts of the kiwi out with the spoon, right? And I'm watching TV. I hear this motherfucker on the bottom bunk. I hear that fool's like he started beating on his chest. I was on top bunk like, fuck wrong with this fool? This motherfucker alright? That motherfucker got up, that motherfucker was all swollen. That motherfucker looked like Sinead from Martin, gang. That motherfucker lips was like all the way out here, big ass Samoan fool, like looking hella lost and shit, right? I like, you crazy little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That fool had a gopher, right? He worked in the kitchen. So when you work in the kitchen, making for the ready cat, they leave the kitchen door open, and you go in and out from the kitchen to the yard or whatever, right? It's just right there. So that fool was chilling one day at the kitchen, and he saw a gopher in the yard. He ran out and caught this gopher, right? He brought the gopher home, right? And he kept the gopher in the apple box and shit. And that motherfucker, you gotta understand, this was a big ass Samoan, but he's not like a fat Samoan. He's like an athletic Samoan, right? Kind of like The Rock and shit, right? But not as big, just a little bit smaller, more trimmed up, like kind of like a Troy Polamalu Samoan, right? So this motherfucker every day he be like on his bed playing with his gopher and shit, playing with his gopher and all that shit, right? Thank you, fam. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you for the double G's. He be playing with his gopher and shit. And he swear to God that him and his girlfriend are like this, fam. Like, motherfuckers in prison, they be thinking crazy shit, fam. That motherfucker swear to God is him and his girlfriend like this, and his girlfriend thinks that his girlfriend knows that he's the parent, and the girlfriend loves him, all kind of shit, right? And then one day, I was kicking in the cell. Thank you, Vicky, for the dope G. One day I was kicking in the cell again. Same shit. This month I was on top boat chilling. This one on the bottom bunk, right? Fucking around with his girlfriend, right? This motherfucker go right. I'm on top of chilling. That motherfucker, all of a sudden that motherfucker yell, right? All of a sudden that motherfucker yell, that fool jumped up, and I'm sitting on top of it. This fucking, he jumped up like he like right here, right? I look, this motherfucker gopher was locked onto his nose, fam. His gopher bit his nose, right? That fool like, hey, that boy was like, but the thing was, he was scared to fully hit his gopher because he loved his gopher like it was his own kid. You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, pow! I was on top of it, yeah, pow! I smacked that hole, boom! That motherfucker let go, flew to the door, bam! Landed, right? But it ended up okay. No gopher was harmed in the commission of the shit, right? And then fucking, I was chilling. I said, man, what the fuck going on, gang? I'm on top up chilling, gang, watch TV in my own little lane, just in my zone. I get in my zone, man, what the fuck going on, gang? Alright, how the fuck did that gopher end up on your nose, man? This motherfucker said, he said, you know how the mama cat be picking up the kittens and shit? The mama cat always grabs the kitten by the back of the neck and picks the kitten up and takes it somewhere. He said, well, I thought me and my gopher were so close, so I went down there and tried to bite it on the back of his neck to pick it up, carry it around. This motherfucker crazy, man. This motherfucker was that. He went down there and tried this big ass Samoan dude with an afro and everything. Put his big ass head inside the apple box, fam. Went down there and tried to pick the gopher up by the back of his neck, fam. The gopher turned around and bit his nose. I said, man, bro. I said, man, you got issues, gang. Like, you really got problems, fam. You really got problems, man. For real. Hey, check out this. I shared this story in my other account, but I'll share it with y'all, right? So this fool, right? Like, he the homie. You feel me? That's my homie and everything. We from the same town, everything, right? But the only thing that we didn't really see eye to eye on in that cell was this gopher, fam. Because the gopher would climb out the apple box, right? And it would go, because in prison we don't have a lot of real estate. So we each got one locker, we got a bunk, and then if you have hella soups or chips or whatever, you can't put that shit in your locker, your bunk. So you gotta put that shit in a net bag and keep it underneath your bed, underneath the bottom bunk. You feel me? And so the gopher would get out of his apple box, fam, and it'll go and it'll fucking like eat on my soups and shit. You feel me? It'll be knocking on my soups and shit, right? I wasn't feeling that shit, right? So I just tell my cellie, like, hey, gang, you need to do something about your gopher, fam, because this motherfucker keep on macking on my soups and shit. So my cellie was like, whatever soups it eats on, I'll replace it. You know what I'm saying? I'll just give you back another soup. And then he said, then what's the problem then? You know what I'm saying? You didn't lose nothing. So I was like, alright, bet. So the gopher would still get out and they'll start eating on my chips. And you know what I'm saying? It'll come out and start snacking on shit, right? So I tell myself, I said, look, gang, why don't you just put a net bag over the top of the box, fam, so the gopher can't get out? You feel me? Because somehow, someway, this will keep on getting out. And this will fucking shit up, right? And my cellie like, alright. So my cellie would put the net bag on top of the box. It'd be cool, but he wasn't always consistent. Sometimes he'd be in a rush or whatever he'd be doing, he'd forget, and the gopher would get out. Well, this one time the gopher got out, and that motherfucker got at my nutty bars, fam. My chocolate nutty bars, fam, right? I was hot, right? I was kicking in the cell, right? And my cellie that day, he had left. He had went on a medical ducket. He went to go see the nurse or the doctor or whatever, right? So they cracked the door and he left. I'm chilling, fam. I'm in the cell, right? I'm chilling and shit, right? for whatever reason, I don't know if I was eating or if I was getting ready to eat or whatever, but I had my spoon in my hand, right? And I hear some rustling noise under the bunk, right? I was like, this motherfucking gopher got out again, fam. Like, I'll keep on telling this fool about this gopher stay getting out. So I climb off the top bunk, I go look, the gopher fucking up my nutty bars, man. Thank you, Jay. I mean, my soups is one thing, my chips is one thing, but fam, my nutty bars though, you feel me? So I was like tripping, but look, fam, I don't know what I was thinking or how much power I had or how much little power the gopher had, or I don't know, but I just happened to have the spoon in my hand, right? So I went over here to the gopher and I just like flicked it in the hand with a spoon. Bow! I don't mean to laugh because it's not funny, but I'm trying to tell you guys what happened, man. So I flicked the spoon on the dome. Pow! And I don't know if I had if I didn't realize my strength, I don't know if I was like in the middle like heat of passion. I don't know what was going on, or if the gopher's skull was just hella weak. But that fool started like convulsing and shit. He fell to the ground and started going into like convulsions and shit, right? And I was like, oh shit. And you gotta understand, this gopher was a fat ass gopher, fam. It wasn't your average gopher. My celly done fed it so much that it became obese. You feel me? So it was like it wasn't a normal looking gopher, fam. This fool was fat. So he on the ground convulsing, shaking this shit, right? I was like, oh shit, blood was coming out of his nose and shit. I was like, oh shit. I said, I started thinking, I was like, did I hit it that hard? I said, nah, I didn't hit it that hard. I said, man, that motherfucker was probably tripping. He just probably like extra out. He just probably hella dramatic. Like he probably like I'm gonna take this to the extreme with this shit. I'm just gonna extra convulse on the ground, even though, you know what I mean? So I'm like, this fool playing games, but he was convulsing, acting all weird and shit, right? So I'm like, hell no, I gotta get this motherfucker back in this box. But I didn't want to pick him up because I don't know, y'all ever seen a gopher before? But gophers are ugly as fuck, fam. I don't know how to describe them, fam. You never seen a gopher, fam? The best way fam. I mean, sheesh. How the hell you describe a gopher, fam? The motherfucker is basically like brown, guinea pig looking motherfuckers with long ass teeth like a walrus, fam. It look like a walrus gopher, fam. A gopher walrus, fam. Like if a walrus and a guinea pig got together, and you know what I'm saying, pound, the baby would be a gopher, fam. That's what it looks like. Just imagine that, gang. You feel me? Just imagine that. That's the best way to describe it. But anyway, fam. So that motherfucker ugly as fuck, gang. He on the ground convulsing and shit. I like, hell, I gotta pick this hoe up. And I'm trying to hurry up before my son come back from medical, right? So I grab a towel, a floor towel that we used to clean the floor. I scooped that fool up in the towel and threw him back in the box, bam. But you gotta understand, the bottom of the box is like a plastic bag, and my son puts plastic, so if the gopher like pisses or shits, it's easy for my son to just clean with the plastic bag, right? So that fool that down there convulsing in the plastic bag, that shit going like, you know, that shit making rustling noises and shit. You feel me? So I'm like, shut the fuck up. So I come back on my bed, gang. I'm trying to keep it cool, and the whole time I'm like listening to it go. I'm like, man, this motherfucker need quiet down, right? And finally, stop. So I'm like, cool. I'm like, I don't know if it's dead or what, but it stopped convulsing, right? And then next thing I know, I'll be chilling and it'll start back up again. I said, oh shit. I was like, that motherfucker started back up again, right? So I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker is one of them things, right? It stops and it goes, right? I said, oh motherfucker, right? I was like, man, I hope it just checks out, gang. It'd be better that way, right? So my son is still at medical, so I'm thinking to myself, like, wouldn't it be better if it just checked all the way the fuck out, and my son come back and just think that the motherfucker died of old age? You feel me? So I don't know what time my son's gonna come back from medical, and I ain't trying to get caught doing anything while my son's on his way back. And the thing is, the cell that I lived in was in B section, which when you come into a building, when you come to the side port, B section is the first section you see. You feel me? Right when you walk straight through the side port into the building, through the tunnel, you see B section first, then A section, C section. So if my son walks in, he'll see directly into the cell. You know what I'm saying? So I'm climbing down on the top bunk, ready to go like just end this motherfucker, right? But as I climb down, I'm like, hell no. My son might catch me in the act, so I climb back up to the buck. And then I'm like, no, fuck that. I gotta do this shit because how else am I gonna explain this shit, right? So I climb back down again. I'm about to go do it. I said, hell no, that's why I come through the door right now. You know what I'm saying? The big ass Samoan too. I said, hell no. Right? And then finally, the motherfucker stopped convulsing, right? So, I jumped back down. The only thing I did when I jumped back down, real quick, I looked at it and I wiped his nose because there had blood coming out of his nose. I wiped his nose, bam, flushed the toilet paper in the toilet and ran, jumped back in my bunk, right? But my son didn't come back till like a long time later. So I'm chilling, acting like I'm watching TV. My son finally come back. He's like, "What's up, bro? What's up?" I said, "What's happening? What's chilling? What's good with you and shit?" He always went to bed, always taking off his jacket and shit, hanging his jacket up. I said, "Oh, that's what's up." You saying? He said, "Any badass nurses?" No, what nurses work? Type shit. He's like, "Oh, you know, we just chopping it up, right?" And so he told me about his little trip to the vet. We locked up, man. Little shit like that. It's like a big deal. You know what I'm saying? He's painting a whole picture for me. He's like, yeah, I went over to medical. I saw whoop. I went over there and I went to see this doctor. The doctor was cool. I saw this nurse. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening, right? And then all of a sudden, I start hearing the motherfucking, the rustling noise again. Right? I was like, oh shit. In my head, I was sitting on top bunk. My son on the bottom bunk, chopping it up, just talking, right? I hear the rustling noise. Oh shit, right? So I'm thinking to myself like, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? I said, do he hear it or am I tripping? I know he gotta hear that shit, right? So I just reached over. I had a radio. I reached over. I turned my radio on. Turned the volume up. I started bumping my music, right? I turned over. I turned my radio on. Yeah, right? My son was like, he's like, what's up, bro? He's like, I'm in the middle of telling you something and you just bumping the radio hell loud. I can't yell over the radio, fam. I said, oh my bad, fam, right? I was like, my bad, fam. So I turned the radio down, but I still have it up a little, right? My celly's talking, whatever. And then he gets done talking and shit, whatever. And then I can still hear the rustling, right? So I'll start talking, but I'll start talking hella loud. I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah, man, it's been a crazy ass day. You feel me? This thing's crazy. I've been sitting in the cell all day. That being hella loud, right? And my son is listening to me. He's like, yeah. He started tripping out like, what is fool yelling, right? And then finally, my son, he always fucks with his gopher. So that fool he reached down between his legs to pull the gopher box out, right? Because no matter what to do, he's gonna fuck with it, right? I jumped down off the bunk. And I put my foot in front of the box and I was just like talking to him like, yeah, boy, hey, you know what? And my son was like listening. He's like, yeah. And he's pulling the box around my foot and shit like that, right? And I don't know what to do. And I fool looked at the box and he said, oh shit. He said, Ouija, right? And Ouija was in there convulsing shit. I said, oh shit. I was playing hella dramatic. And I was like, oh shit, he's having a heart attack. I said, that motherfucker having a heart attack or a seizure. And I started putting extras on it. I said, man, fam, it's all that sugar you done fed it, all the fucking diabetes you done gave it. You didn't give it normal gopher food, fam. And plus, gophers don't live that long anyways. It was about to die anyways, right? I said, don't feel bad, fam. It's on its way out anyways, fam. Gophers only live like 2-3 months type shit, fam. They don't live that long. You feel me? And then you gave it diabetes. It's probably having a heart attack right now and a stroke and all that shit. And my son picked it up, right? My son, oh, Ouija! And Ouija had blood coming out of his nose, right? So I didn't want my son to know that it was like an internal injury, right? So I was like, I'll go in there and I'll wipe the blood off his nose, but I'm like, oh, Ouija! And I wipe the blood off his nose. And my son, he's a big ass Samoan, right? He's like, oh, Ouija, my Ouija! And I said, bro, I'm on the sideline. I'm like, hey, bro, I said, you gotta take it out of his misery, gang. If you got love for Ouija, like you say you do, that's your baby. Look, fam, it's fucked up. It's fucked up right now. Take Ouija out of his misery, fam. He said, I can't do it. He said, I can't do it. He said, I can't do it, right? He loves Ouija, right? So I'm like, you want me to do it? Here, let me do it, right? Right? He's all dramatic. I grabbed that for Ouija, I took him to the toilet, I threw his ass in the toilet, and I flushed his ass, right? In prison, And in prison, they got these strong ass toilets, fam. Like when you flush, that shit like will suck down the whole sheet. I swear to God, you can take a sheet, flush the toilet, it'll take the whole sheet down, right? So, Marcelli, he thought when I said you want me to take Ouija out of his misery, he thought like I was gonna take Ouija and snap Ouija's neck real quick, you know what I'm saying? And then give it back to him. I was trying to get rid of all the evidence, man. I was like, you want me to take Ouija out of misery? He's like, yeah, right? That fool's hella sad. Big ass Samoan fool, right? I grabbed Ouija, I went straight to the toilet, because the toilet's not far, fam. I just grabbed it, turn around, wow. One swing. Flush the toilet real quick. That motherfucker, that fool's like, ah! He was like, what you doing? I said, I'm taking Ouija out of his misery. He said, no. That fool got his knees and shit. He's like, no. He was like, I wanted to bury Ouija. He said, I wanted to have Ouija. I wanted to bury Ouija. He said, why you touch Ouija? I said, I didn't know, fam. My bad, fam. But hey, don't trip, fam. Ouija's in a better place, gang. You feel me? You feel me? I said, Ouija just got hella old, fam. That motherfucker had a heart attack on us, gang. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy, huh? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. I said, man, and then after that, I was like on his helmet, gang. I was like, see, it was all that Captain Crunch you were feeding Ouija. It was all the motherfucking honey buns you was giving Ouija. You know what I'm saying? You thought, oh, that shit was good for Ouija, but that shit wasn't good for Ouija. That's why Ouija had that stroke. You know what I'm saying? You gave Ouija diabetes, gang. You feel me? That shit was crazy as fuck. That shit was crazy as motherfucker, gang. That shit was crazy as fuck. And then later on trip out this one, man, this shit is even crazier. Then later on, someone felt so bad for Marcelli, right? This motherfucker went and got a gopher from somewhere. I don't know if they bought it from somebody, or they caught it on the yard. They went and got Marcelli another fucking gopher, fam, right? Right? So, they went and got Marcelli another gopher. This motherfucker was happy as fuck. Oh, I got another gopher. Oh, I got another gopher. I'm gonna name it Little Ouija, right? This is Little Ouija, and here you go again. Big ass Samoan playing with this little ass gopher, right? Trip on this. This motherfucker let the gopher roam freely in the cell, right? So the gopher roaming freely. One day Marcelli in the cell. One day Marcelli in the cell. He stepped off the bed, like he on the bed like this. He took his legs off the bed to get on the ground, and when he could see his legs to get on the ground, he stepped on Little Ouija, right? Little Ouija, I was on the park again. I was chilling on top of it, I heard like, oh my God, I heard like, but said, oh, Little Ouija. That fool straight paralyzed, gang. That fool paralyzed Little Ouija from like the neck down, gang. I swear to God, fam. I swear to God. I swear to God, fam. This motherfucker was literally paralyzed from the neck down, gang. I'm not trying to make fun of no paraplegics either, gang. I'm just saying, when my Samoan Sally stepped on this little gopher, that motherfucker, the only thing that worked was his nostril, gang, after that, and his eyes. That fool was just like a body with a motherfucking face and a nose and eyes. I mean, my motherfucker moved his nose and his whiskers and shit. But the rest of him did not move, gang. That shit was crazy than a motherfucker, man. When I started to pick that fool up. Oh shit. He picked that fool up. That motherfucker took a towel. He folded a towel all nice and all soft and shit. He put that motherfucker on top of the towel. That motherfucker was like a rock. It didn't move. It was just like a rock that lived and breathed again. And then this motherfucker had the nerve. I swear to God, gang, this was crazy. I swear motherfuckers in prison are fucking 10 times crazy. So there's a shit called hobby craft, right? Where inmates could like make shit. They can like make leather belts. They can make fucking like jewelry boxes. They can make all kind of shit and sell it, right? And it's called hobby craft. So they sell you these popsicle sticks, and motherfuckers be taking popsicle sticks, and they be making shit with popsicle sticks. They be gluing them together and they be making shit, right? My celly had a nerve, gang. He put the motherfucking paralyzed gopher on top of the towel, and then this motherfucker had a nerve to get hella popsicle sticks. But they were like the fat kind. They weren't the skinny popsicle sticks. They were the like tongue depressor ass popsicle sticks, right? This fool had a nerve to take popsicle sticks, put them all the way around this gopher, fam, and wrap that shit. That motherfucker crazy. That fool had a nerve to take all these popsicle sticks, gang. Big ass Samoan, fat finger ass Samoan, gang. This motherfucker holding all these popsicle sticks around the gopher. He like asking me to help him. I said, I ain't helping you with that shit, fam. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. I say, you need to take that motherfucker out of his misery. If you want me to, you know what I'm gonna do with it. You know what I'm saying? My sister's like, no. He got the popsicle sticks. He started bandaging that shit. I said, bro, what you trying to do? You trying to put a paralyzed gopher in a cast? You think you can put his fucking spinal cord back together, fam, and it's just gonna heal like a broken arm? That's not how that shit works, gang. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what I do. He mad at me because I don't want to help him cast this fucking gopher. So that fool got hella popsicle sticks. He started wrapping that shit up. And then he put that motherfucker back down on the towel. That fool started putting water in front of the gopher. Started putting food in front of the gopher. He was trying to save that motherfucker life. I said, bro, you crazy, man. I understand and everything, but fam, you know how much pain that fool's in right now? That fool's like really tripping. He's a gopher. He usually pushing around on 4 feet. Ain't none of his 4 feet working right now. He's tripping the fuck out. You need to go ahead and end his misery. You know what I'm saying? That fool's fucked up. He really fucked up right now. My celly, man, that motherfucker gopher, I say that fool stayed alive like a day and a half, maybe 2, and that shit was gone. It passed away. And then when it passed away, my celly like sitting there and fucking like kneeling in front of it, praying in front of it, like I tried to save it. That fool, man. Y'all think I got a soft spot for animals? You should have seen my celly, man. That fool just like broken hearted. He's like, fuck, man. I tried to save this fool and shit. I said, man, you crazy that motherfucker, fam. I said, what are you thinking, fam? You really think by putting a cast on this fool, you're gonna put his spine back together? I said, man, you Samoan, fam. You like 300 some pounds, gang. When you stepped on that fool, you didn't even have to put your full weight on that fool. You know what I'm saying? You had to barely touch that fool, and it was cat. He's lucky he even survived that. You feel me, motherfucker? That shit was crazy as fuck. I said, man. That shit was so crazy, fam. When I look back on that shit, I was in the cell dying though. That motherfucker was like, he's like, hey, come here, Oosh. He said, help me. I said, help you what, fool? That motherfucker fucked all the way off already, gang. There ain't no healing. There ain't no special motherfucking trick miracle that you can pull off right now, fam. That motherfucker is done, man. He got stomped on by a Samoan, gang. You know what I'm saying? There is no coming back from that, man. I don't know what world you live in, but in my world, when you get stepped on by a Samoan, you don't come back. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? The fuck?